Michael, who is more to blame for the Seahawks struggle? Is it Pete Carroll or Russell Wilson?
Well, it's Russell Wilson because Russell Wilson's not healthy right now. And he's forcing himself to try to play football, to be there for his guys, man. Russell Wilson is on a 3-game losing streak for the first time. And he knew. Russell Wilson got a pen put in that hand, came back, played in Green Bay with that hand. It's so difficult to play in that kind of weather, coming off a hand injury, where you have to hold on to that ball. I was talking about this with some other guys. I've never seen him look this bad playing football. But he's looking this bad because he's trying to show a commitment to that football team. Mm-hmm. I'm worried when I see Pete Carroll say things like that. That sounds like this is really going to be the end of that marriage right there in Seattle.
Okay. I take no joy in saying what I'm about to say. Pete Carroll's won nearly 60% of his games in his career. He's offered 3 consecutive winning seasons. Better over the last 3 years than he was the year before. I think this is the end of Pete Carroll. Michael Irvin, I'm looking at a guy that doesn't seem to have it anymore, that has lost the pulse of his players. What did we hear in the offseason? We heard Russell Wilson complaining and pretty much not wanting to be there. We heard his agent give a list of teams publicly that he'd prefer to play for if he wasn't in Seattle. I don't think Sierra wants to be there. I think Sierra would rather be in a different market. I don't blame her. She's Sierra. L.A., New York works for me. I get it, even though L.A. ain't no possibility with Matthew Stafford and Justin Herbert there. What I would say to you, however, is that when I look at what Russell Wilson pointed out, and then we discovered how he had not 1 but 2 sons on his staff at the time, and how Pete Carroll didn't want to listen. He wanted to do things his own way. I don't know. I don't cover the team. But I would tell you, when you heard those things, it really resonated with the football world. We're not questioning Pete Carroll's football acumen. We're not questioning his ability to coach from an X's and O's standpoint. What I'm challenging is that the pulse of the team, the guy that was known as a player's coach, I said it years ago, you know this, Molly, when that man elected to give the ball to Russell Wilson instead of give the ball to Marshawn Lynch to get over that line, I don't think it's ever been the same. They ain't been back since, and I don't think it's going to happen with Pete Carroll as the coach. I think that the players, he don't resonate with them the same any longer. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.